It's Wednesday, March the 11th. My name is Tom Rigsby, and this is your Ready Core Daily Brief. Today, severe bleeding can become fatal in just minutes. The response must be immediate and simple. We'll get to that in just a minute. First, let's get you up to speed with the latest from the RISAT team and the Daily SITREP.
This is your AmCon Daily SITREP for March the 11th, 2026. Up first today, global instability is being driven by the escalating conflict in the Middle East involving Iran, Israel, and the United States. This conflict is causing significant disruption in energy markets, proxy violence, cyber operations, and regional protests. Key impacts include threats to the Strait of Hormuz energy corridor, attacks on diplomatic facilities in Karachi, drone strikes near oil infrastructure in the United Arab Emirates, and a nationwide internet blackout in Iran. As the situation develops, expect rising prices for goods and potential short-term disruptions in banking and critical infrastructure due to cyber attacks. Turning to the United States, a major severe weather outbreak is underway across the central region. Tens of millions are at risk from tornadoes, hail, and damaging winds, especially from north-central Illinois to northwestern Indiana. Cities such as Burlington, Quincy, and Fort Wayne face the highest tornado risk. Anticipate power outages and travel disruptions over the next 24 to 48 hours. It is advised to identify local shelter locations, charge backup power and communication devices, and closely monitor alerts from the National Weather Service. In national security news, cyber attacks remain a critical threat to infrastructure across the country. Energy grids, telecom networks, hospitals, and pipelines are under constant threat from sophisticated hackers, including those linked to Iran. Potential impacts include power grid outages, water treatment disruptions, and interruptions to financial systems. It is recommended to maintain backup communications, have redundant power sources, and keep offline copies of essential documents. In other news, there has been an increased threat of protests and civil unrest nationwide, particularly anti-ICE demonstrations in major cities. Citizens are urged to stay vigilant, be aware of their surroundings during public gatherings, know emergency exits, and report any suspicious behavior to authorities and the RISAT team through the appropriate channels. For your planning, here are some upcoming events to consider. The Southeast Florida team's monthly meetup will be held on March 14th in Sunrise, Florida, focusing on the topic of security and defense. Later in March, the Central Alabama monthly training meeting is scheduled for March 21st, also covering security and defense. Members interested in camping and training can look forward to events in April and beyond in various states, including Alabama, Virginia, Florida, and Illinois. Finally, today's weather summary. Widespread showers and thunderstorms are moving eastward into the Ohio Valley and Mid-Atlantic with severe weather and flash flood threats. Severe thunderstorms with heavy rainfall could cause flooding from East Texas through New York. In addition, there will be continued heavy rain and high-elevation snow in the Pacific Northwest and Northern Rockies. One more day of well above average heat is expected in the eastern U.S. before a cold front brings cooler temperatures tomorrow. Residents in affected regions should stay alert to severe weather warnings. Members can access the American Contingency Members Only site to get the full report and more in-depth analysis of today's stories, along with practical preparedness tips, training opportunities, and resources to help you, your family, and your neighborhood stay crisis ready.
You know, most people imagine medical emergencies as complicated. Machines, IV bags, ambulance. But the most urgent stabilization priority is often much simpler. Bleeding. If bleeding is heavy and uncontrolled, then time becomes critical very quickly. The goal is not perfection, it is pressure and control. So let's keep this simple and disciplined. If you encounter severe bleeding, call for help immediately. Activate emergency services while you act. Number 2, apply direct pressure. Use something clean, some clean cloth, gauze, pressure bandage. Press firmly and continuously. Do not keep lifting to check the wound. Pressure must be sustained. Number 3, if bleeding continues and it's from a limb, look for a tourniquet. Place it high and tight above the wound and tighten until bleeding stops. If you don't have a tourniquet, find a belt. Keep the person still and monitor their breathing. Shock is going to follow blood loss. Keep them warm and calm. And that's it. No advanced equipment required beyond what most households or people carry on their person. No advanced medical training is required. Just stabilization means buying time. You are not replacing the EMS. You are preventing deterioration until they get there. This is why prepared households verify bleeding control supplies, because minutes matter. So today, take 10 minutes to physically locate your bleeding control supplies. Honestly, if it takes you 10 minutes, it's too long. If you have a tourniquet, practice handling it. If you don't, review how direct pressure works and make sure you have appropriate bandaging material. Tomorrow we'll expand the conversation beyond bleeding, discussing how the other two pillars of stabilization, airway and preventing further harm, come into play. Thanks as always for listening to the ReadyCore Daily Brief. If you're already a member, be sure to check out today's resources on the platform. And if you're not, just head over to readycore.net to join and start building your resilience today. I'm Tom Rigsby. Stay alert, stay ready, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow.